Hey everybody, welcome to the Technophiles Podcast, Episode 3. This version was going to have a guest. It was going to be our first guest, but apparently she had a little mix-up and couldn't make it. We're going to be talking about coupons, or coupons, and how couponing is going to be changing from regular papers to now, maybe a move into the technological area. But since that's not happening, we're going to throw that away. Just throw it away. And we're going to talk about a couple different products. Some news and announcements, and possibly a giveaway.
Ooh.
Yeah. First, I'd like to thank my co-host, Phil, as you can see right there.
Hi.
Yeah, we got to see, because Google, what we do now is we Google Live Hangout, so when he talks, the camera will pan to him, it'll cut to him. But if he doesn't say anything, it just shows me, and I look like an idiot, like, there's Phil, and he's...
And I'll be like, I can speak, but the weird thing is if you talk...
Yes.
And I do that without talking, it won't go to me unless I talk. So
Yeah.
I can control the cameras if I feel like it, but then it doesn't reset. It doesn't go back to how it was, so I kind of have to leave it the way it is.
I think one of these shows we're just going to have to do a quick Google Live MTV quick cuts where I just go, hey, and you go, hey, and it just cuts back and forth.
Hey.
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 Missed you.
We'll see how that worked. Yeah. If not, it just sounds really good for the people at home going, hey, what's he saying hey to? Hey,
For
what's
any
going on?
viewers that are watching
No, Techno Vanna White, I'm not talking to you. We're just doing sorry, for people who don't know, for the video viewers, I'm looking away because my girlfriend, the Techno Vanna White, is over there asking me a question. When Google Live Hangout, it responds to voice, so it'll be cutting on my face, but when Phil talks, it'll go to his. So it was the hey, 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 so we can try to go quick cut back forth.
I so stopped carrying like 30 seconds.
Sounds like my wife.
She's a bit of a pain. All right, anyway, first news, we're going to have some big news. Phil, take it away.
Well, we talked about All For Geek in the past, allforgeek.com. All For Geek was a show that talked about things geeky, the different topics for each episode. Well, now I've decided to take All For Geek and turn it into a network of shows. Each show has its own topic. So we have a gaming show, we have a tech show, and we have a wrestling show. And I just created a name for our morning show, which is Geek
Mornings, huh?
So that's announced on this podcast.
There, we have an announcement. Breaking news! Breaking news!
Like Geek Mornings will just be about anything, and it'll just talk about anything. You've seen other morning podcasts, like morning shows. It won't be broadcast live in the morning, but it will be. It's just that mentality. Like we can talk about anything, and then you can download it and listen to it anytime. And we could talk about feces. Who knows?
Yeah. Sounds fun.
But yeah.
So, what are we going to talk about today? Shit!
Are you just exclaiming something, or are we actually talking about shit?
No, we're not going to talk about shit on this show. This is not the shit show.
So what are we talking about today, Kyle?
We're going to be talking about upcoming product releases and technology that I have available around the house at the last minute when we don't have a guest. Of course, I'm always looking for new fun things to do. I guess in future episodes, I'm going to be getting a stockpile of audio equipment, and we're going to be talking about which audio equipment works for different technologies, whether it be handheld devices or through your laptop with laptop speakers, computer speakers.
Porta-potty podcasting?
Yes. Exactly.
Got to reduce that.
Yeah, and I'll bring back the Rocket 2.0 from Org Audio, which I plan to have them as a guest on sometime soon. If you've never heard of Org Audio or Rocket, check out the YouTube files of the Techno Files, and I did a review on there. Basically turns almost anything into a speaker, so it's pretty unique. I have right here is the Divoom. It is a small, I have to say, like a, not like a hockey puck, but almost like a hockey puck kind of thickness and size. But the fun thing with this one is it is a portable little stand. So when you're watching, whether it be like the IT crowd or anything, you can hold your phone or audio device in the sleeve, and then the speaker pumps out in a 360-degree area. Whereas most speakers kind of are satisfied to the front, and they only pump the speaker and the sound only goes to the front. This one directs it in a 360, so it fills the room. Sound quality so far from it has been quite well, with just being a USB charged, no external battery. You have to unplug, take away anything off, and put in the AAA battery. It's all USB powered. We'll talk about it more in the future, like I said, when we have the audio podcast episode, where we talk all about audio.
Okay, so this device, you said it has a sleeve. What's the sleeve made for?
The sleeve is made to act as a stand. So if you're watching, for example, I'll pull up, let's just say Netflix. Okay, so you're going to watch Netflix. You can then put your phone on the holder like that.
Yeah.
To make it as a stand, so you can watch.
So it's not a sleeve; it's just a
no, it's technically a sleeve because it goes in and out of the device.
Okay. Not
a holding sleeve, but more of a stage, if you will.
Yeah. And then you connect it with a audio cable.
Yes, there's a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which is right there. This is the sound from it. I'm watching the IT crowd. So what we're going to do is we'll plug it in. This is the regular speaker on my phone. Okay? So we'll plug in the audio version.
Does it come with So do you find it tinny, or do you find speakers okay?
Actually, it's not tinny at all. I thought it would have been because of how small it is. I've had other devices that are similarly of the same size that do have a bit of a tin sound to it when it comes through, but it actually isn't tinny. It has a decent sound quality because again, you're holding the device is blocking the direct line of audio to your ear. Because when you have the device here on the stage, the sound wants to go through here, so it has to fight its way before it goes up and over. Because again, it goes out, but it's blocked. But when it's on there, the sound's actually quite well. A lot of times I have to turn it down because it gets too loud, even on a lower setting. So that was pretty interesting, and we'll talk about that again when it comes time for the other audio devices.
And that 3.5 jack is built in?
Yes, it is plugged in.
That's awesome.
Right to there. And once you unwind it, it's plugged in.
That's really awesome because like I don't want to cart around one that you have to unplug each time and throw in your pocket and not.
Yeah, a lot of
awesome.
ones that they have are the Bluetooth speakers. Like I said, this one is again powered with a USB port. You plug it in there, plug it into your laptop, and it charges the battery. The other Bluetooth speaker that I love is my Jawbone Jambox, which again, if you go to the YouTube files of the Techno files, you'll see my review on this one. That sound pumps out amazing quality. It literally fills up a room. I use it in my car to replace my car stereo.
And it lasts how long?
About maybe 5 hours on a
Really
whole
good.
charge. Yeah. And then as it runs down, it'll give you an audio warning saying, plug in battery now.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So you get a little bit of a heads up before it kind of goes out.
How do you charge it?
This one, too, is also a USB charge.
Okay.
Right in here. Let me turn to the side so you kind of get like a good charge. Right there's a USB port. There's a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack for your iPod if you don't have the newer version that has Bluetooth. And there's the on-off. And hang on. Yeah. So you're going to hear that bass kick in as soon as it goes in. But this one also has the ability to be a Bluetooth speakerphone, which that or the Divoom does not. So that's a bit of a fun thing. So a lot of these speakers that are coming out are dual purpose, where they're not just speakers, but they're also Bluetooth speakers for your audios.
Wait. You said the Divoom doesn't do what exactly?
Divoom does not do Bluetooth.
Okay, yeah.
This one is directly connected to the phone or device that you're playing. That's how it plays through. It does not connect through Bluetooth at all.
Okay.
That's to save on the battery life, I'm assuming. I've had this It's been on standby for a couple of days, and it's been playing maybe over an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's still going strong on the battery life. So I got to fully test that one out. Let's see what else we got around here. I think I talked about this one in an earlier podcast, the safe driving device. I think I talked about that one. Yeah?
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's fine. Basically what this one I've been wanting to get my hands on is a safe driving system for cell phones. Basically what it does using Bluetooth technology, it disables your phone from doing certain activities. You can still use a hand-free phone. It'll still play music, but it won't allow you to email, text, surf the internet, play on the camera, or do any other apps. It kills all of those.
Does it have to be plugged into your phone, or does it?
No. Oddly enough, it is this device that plugs into your input in the car sensor where you do for your diagnostic check.
Yeah.
You plug it in, download the cell control app, run it, and then from that point on, as soon as the car's in motion, this activates, and the Bluetooth power goes on and kills your phone.
So it's a cell phone jammer.
We don't use cell phone jammers. It's a Bluetooth device to disable certain activities.
Okay.
Not a cell phone jammer. Those are illegal, Phil.
I don't know where the... I'm sorry, but I do have to point this out. I don't know where the line is.
Anything...
Use itself, I'm sure. Okay.
Yeah.
But, like, what happens if you were to use this device in a public setting? I guess you couldn't.
You couldn't. It's all for your car. It's all about safe driving in the car. This plugs in, stays in, and as you drive, it goes away. Now, the downside to this is it doesn't cover all phones. So the majority of people are using Android phones. It works with Android 2.1 and above. It works with all BlackBerries 4.5 and above, all Windows phones 5 and 6, but not Windows 7.
Okay.
And the manufacturers it covers are RIM, Samsung, Motorola, Pantech, Palm, HTC, Sanyo, Nokia, LG, Sony Ericsson, and more.
So you have to physically, when you get in your car with your phone, you have to connect via Bluetooth, or have it automatically connect whenever you come close to it.
Well, when this is plugged in and working, you download the app, and from that point on, once the app is on and this is activated online, once that's plugged in and everything's going, it'll stop the cell phone.
Okay,
I still have to play with this one.
So this is instead of if you wanted to. So yeah, technically it's not a jammer because it's not. It's just going through your phone's software.
Yes.
It seems like you could do the same thing yourself if you just went into your options and turned off those features. But I guess it's for those people that don't want to turn it off each and every time. They just want to have it automatically happen.
Exactly. As soon as the app is downloaded and running, you plug in the phone, you plug in the device on the car. As soon as it starts rolling, it's automatically done for you. You don't have to keep turning that airplane mode off and on.
Okay.
Secondly, huh?
I get it.
Yeah, good. Next one up is a device I played with briefly. It is called the Biscotti.
Food! I love biscottis, chocolate-covered buns, or like the what?
You can't eat this.
Well, I try.
No, you're not allowed. No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Basically, this is a Biscotti. It makes high-def video calls on any HD TV. You can use this to call other Biscottis. You can use it to call computers, tablets, smartphones. It works with Gmail and Google Talk. Basically, what it is, it's so small. It's very little. Like, look, this is the remote. It has a remote. And I get people texting me and calling me. So we'll open this up. Look, we'll do a live unboxing. I know Phil loves unboxing. Oh. So it literally is this small. It's teeny.
Okay.
It's so tiny. But it has a 5-megapixel camera right up in the front. And instead of like when you do a regular webcam, you see you only have but so much space.
Mm-hmm.
What this does, since it sits back on your TV, it gets to almost the entire room on a video format.
Okay.
So you could be sitting on your couch with your family, talking to your grandparents, and they can see everyone. And then if need be, you can take your remote and you can pan the camera down. You can zoom in on a certain feature. So if your little kid's picking his nose, you can zoom that camera in to show Grandma, look, my son's picking his nose.
So what does it hook up to?
It hooks up to your HDMI cable to the back of your TV. You plug it in. You can also, if you have any kind of cable service, you can plug into the cable box, and you can have it automatically answer calls for you. So if someone else has...
throughput.
Yes. So if someone else has a Biscotti, or you connect it to your Gmail account, someone wants to call you and talk to you, it'll automatically answer, kick up the screen, and next thing you know, you're having a live video chat.
But you're saying if someone else have a Biscotti, what if I had, like you said, it works with Skype?
It doesn't work with Skype. It works with Gmail.
Gmail.
So what I did was I had my laptop. I did a test. I had my laptop, and I had the Biscotti call my laptop. And so my laptop camera kicked up, and I could see everybody in the room, and they could see me, and we had a conversation. So it works kind of like Skype, but not with Skype because it doesn't cost you anything to make a phone call.
Yeah. Would it work with Google On Air?
I don't know. I was going to test it, but you were busy making rockets.
It happens. I like Canadian rockets.
Do you guys have a space program, or is it just a bunch of hockey guys sitting on the pond going, hey, we could take it up there?
We just know that we could do it if we wanted to. But we just, no.
You guys are like, we could if we wanted to, but we just don't feel like it really. We're just...
It's kind of like the same thing with our armed forces. It's like, we could take over America if we wanted.
No, you could not. You guys
won the last time.
What last time? When was the last time Canada and America went to war?
I should know this, but I don't. I know we kicked your ass. So,
hockey doesn't count. You guys have an innate advantage when it comes to that.
Well, I'm not the closest one to here. Senators got kicked out in the first round or whatever.
Yeah, my Flyers went to the second round and got beat by the New Jersey Devils, so it's not much better on this end.
Back to Biscotti.
Yeah, back to Biscotti. So basically, yeah, it sits on top of your TV using 2 sticky pads. So it's always there. I can look at it right now, and it really just adds a little bit of a bubble to the top of your TV. It's not real obtrusive. It's not this giant box sitting on top of your TV. It literally is this small little fella, just right there, sitting on top. And again, it is 5 megapixels, so it's not the best camera in the entire world. It's not a iPhone 4S Retina display, but it'll do the job you need it to do to handle a video phone call with your family. It has a bit on the expensive side. It's about $149.
Yeah, it's expensive.
That's expensive, but I guess the upside on that one is you're not paying for phone calls. You're not having to pay for the video calls at all. I guess later on when I do the full review, we'll check and see if it works with Google Hangout. We'll see if it works with various other things like calling a phone, calling a tablet. So,
yeah, when you do the video review, I'm very curious to see what the overlay looks like.
It doesn't look fantastic.
No? Is it like not picture-in-picture or anything like that?
No, it just shows, on my end, it shows this giant photo. It just shows the giant video of where I'm looking at, and then I'm this little itty-bitty box in the corner. But it was clear enough that I could hold my hand up to my webcam for a high five on my son, and he smacked my TV. So it's pretty clear.
And grounded.
No, he didn't know any better, and I was dumb enough to hold my hand up for a high five, and he's like, ah! So you live and you learn when you do these things, honestly.
Any other products?
Oh, that was my Gmail. As far as products go that I'm willing to showcase right now, I don't believe so. I've gotten some things that don't really do anything. Hang on. Techno Vanna White, I need your help. Go in the case and get me the cell link.
Cell link.
Cell link, yes. It's off to the left. The Techno Vanna White. That's it. There you go. Thank you, Techno Vanna White.
Do you want to be my life insurance beneficiary?
Do I want to?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I'll go for it. So anyway, this is the cell link U. Let's put it up first. There you go. You can read what it does.
Works with the following. I talk, so I can't read it. Works with the following cell and smart devices.
Yes, it does. Basically, it's a 4-in-1 USB charger with a battery built in. What it can do is use as a battery backup, a data sync, power connection, and a micro SD card reader. All in a very small and slimming package.
A data sync?
Yes.
That's okay.
We'll do it. We'll do another a live unboxing.
Live
Not really.
unboxing.
When you get video overlays with this thing, you should really get a good video unboxing. There we go. So here's the device outside of its little,
Nice and small.
very, very small and compact. And there you can see right in there is the micro SD card reader. There's the micro USB connector.
Yep.
And there's the USB port that will connect to the phone, to the tablet, or to your cell phone or laptop. There you go. So all you got to do is plug this thing into your phone, if I have it the right side up, like that, and then plug it in, and it'll read kind of like if you're using the same thing if you're using this long, goofy cord.
Yeah.
So, in essence,
sometimes, and it's good to have a long.
yeah. But the upside of this one is it's a rechargeable battery.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have this in your pocket, and when your battery's starting to run low, you can just plug this thing in and get, maybe 1 or 2 more bars to kind of save your life if you're in a wooded area where you don't get cell phone signal, but you get the internet and you can do something.
You can call cop because there's a horror guy coming after you in the woods.
Horror guy?
Horror guy.
What's a horror guy? No? What's a horror guy?
Yeah, it's something we have in Canada in the woods you don't want to know.
Oh, is it a half cat? I love half cats.
What are you talking about?
Interesting story. The Techno Vanna White likes to listen to Coast to Coast with, who's it with? Alex Jones?
No, Maury.
It's a show called Coast to Coast, and they're a bunch of loonies.
Stop!
Not like us.
No, we're completely sane as a whistle. But yeah, there was a lady on, I guess it was the Halloween special, and they talk about all different things like the Loch Ness Monster being real, and Bigfoot, and ghosts. And their Halloween show, mind you, I've never listened to the show a day in my life, and I know why, but I'm up to listen to it again. The lady came on and was saying that the government knows about all these half-cats. What's a half-cat? Take a cat, cut it in half, but make that cut surgically precise and complete. So you only have the front half running. The back half just does nothing. Just these little half-cats running about.
So,
Techno Vanna White giving me a note.
So, where does it poop?
Good question.
I feel like we're doing the morning show.
Yeah. Honey, where does a half-cat poop?
It's dead, you fucktard.
Oh, they're dead. I thought you said they were running amok.
No, they're dead because the aliens are coming and doing this surgical thing where it cauterizes the blood.
Could you guys hear that?
Unfortunately, yes.
So, yeah. I'm sorry. They don't crap, Phil, because they're dead. Half-cats are dead.
They're only running around because now they're puppets.
Yeah, but the best part is, as I'm writing a note back, here you go, Vanna Techno White.
Did she register that name?
No, she has not.
She should.
She does not tweet.
Wow. I just got the wife in tweeting.
Oh. But yeah, no, with the half-cats, basically she says there's large farms where they're all just there. Half-cat, 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 half-cat. And was there half-cows?
Okay, stop it. You make them sound fucking crazy.
I'm making them sound crazy. They're talking about half-cats. I'm making them crazy. No, go ahead, honey. What else do they do?
It's like human centipede.
Ooh, That was a good movie. Tell me about the Loch Ness Monster. Is it real?
I don't know, probably.
Shut up.
It's a plesiosaur.
A plesiosaur.
I'm doing my benefits of making my beneficiary. I can freaking change that.
I love you.
Right now, I'm clicking.
Love you.
This is where he tries to get sex again.
You know me too well. Yeah, no, so that's the cell link is the portable battery that connects to, 4-in-1. Charges your battery phone, connects to your cell phone to transfer data, can read your micro SD reader, and also can power up your phone. Yeah, so it's a data sync, power connection, and a micro SD card reader.
I have a power, a battery, USB battery thing for my, and it works flawlessly. It's great. I bought it a long time ago, so it's still working, and it's great. So if anybody has issues where they're like, the battery is draining, I hate that, get yourself one of these USB power bricks. They're really small. You can keep it in your purse. Not that I have one.
It's okay, you do. Just between me and you, you have a purse. You have a merce.
It's a merce, yeah. It's called a bag. Carry around a bag.
It's called a wife.
I wouldn't call her a bag.
Not to her face.
Oh. So, anything else happening in the world?
And in the land of technophiles, there are things happening at all times. I'm always trying to get more products to review. I just got done looking at the HTC Titan 2, which is the Windows phone. I'll have a review of that up.
I'll just ask you straight out. What are your thoughts of Galaxy S3?
Of what?
The Galaxy 3S?
Oh, the Galaxy S3.
Oh.
My thoughts on it are I want one. I like that is, if I'm not mistaken, it is a quad-core chip. The camera is upgraded, which is nice. It's doing a lot of things that the iPhone's doing. So it's almost like Samsung saw what Apple's doing. They're going to try and make it with a Samsung twist.
And more.
And more. I mean, the fact that you have facial recognition software that can unlock your phone. Also, there's lots of times where you're playing a video or watching something and all of a sudden the screen goes dim and then it goes to sleep. It has software that will recognize when you're looking at the screen to prevent it from going dim.
Yeah, the weird thing is, like, I'll sometimes watch stuff on my phone, but I will be doing other things too.
Yeah.
So hopefully it doesn't. I guess you can turn that off.
I'm assuming. I mean, for the most part, it is. I think it's a bit of a bigger screen. They're trying to make it, around almost again the 5 inches seems to be what they're angling towards. I mean, the Galaxy Note that you have.
Yeah, the beautiful Galaxy Note.
I think they're kind of moving things in that direction where it may be a little bit bigger, but not that 5 inch where some people thought it was just too big.
Yeah, I find I'm understanding that later on I'm going to have an issue because I'm worried they won't bring out any more hybrids.
Well, it depends on how well the Galaxy Note does. If it's selling pretty well, then they're going to see that there's a market for that type of device.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
They're already trying to make the Galaxy Note into the 10.1 to kind of do away with the tab. So they're going to have it as a dual where they have the Samsung Galaxy Tab and then they're going to have the Samsung Note also in the 10.1 inch flavor.
Well, what did I tell you? Amalgamating things. Convergence. Them all in device and then have them different sizes.
Well, again, we have to see how the Galaxy Note sells. If it's still got rave reviews. They've got to see how the numbers pan out, and if Samsung sees that the numbers are well, then they're going to continue on with the line. Yeah. I agree with you. That 5 inches is damn near perfect, to where you can see the screen fine, you can read everything, you can use your S Pen to draw on there, you can doodle, you can do whatever. I mean, everything on it was great. They can always do upgrades where like the camera is going to be better or
memory.
The internal memory's bad?
I think, well, it's normal. I think it's as per usual. But I think that we need to, the next big step in cell phones is 2 memory or 1.5.
Ooh.
Because like all the time when I look at the memory resources, it's saying that it's getting high,
Yeah.
and it doesn't take much for it to be high on memory usage. It's like I can't change that. I can't upgrade memory in a phone. Maybe one day, but I doubt. Just go up to 2 gigs. We've been at 1 gig for a little bit now.
True.
We're going up to how many cores? 4 cores?
Yeah, I think the Galaxy S3 is a quad core. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going up to quad core, and that quad core has 1 gig of memory as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to suffer, I would think, unless the cores are doing more of the stuff and taking away from the memory usage. But yeah, I want to see more memory in these phones.
Well, the public have heard you, Phil, and they will listen.
I'm glad.
I'm sure it'll come out eventually where they're going to run out of, 1 gig seems to be just enough. I think the manufacturers think you can't really fill up 1 gig that quick, but you find out you really freaking can. So I think they might have to bump it up eventually to kind of, because the applications are just getting bigger and bigger. The file sizes are much bigger, so the downloads, especially, I think it was Facebook, the one time I looked at it, was almost like 300 and some odd meg of download to run Facebook and Twitter. I was like, really? Twitter's just very basic. It's just text.
Yeah.
And Facebook is all gibberish about cat memes.
Well, Facebook's always reading you too. So.
True. I mean, that's the other thing I really hate. If they take away a lot of the permissions, I don't think my phone needs to know when I'm going to the bathroom all the time.
Well, Google has a patent. I just read this somewhere. Google has a patent out there that says that anything that comes through the microphone when it's going through a service of Google's is taken and changed to text, and then they'll use that information to deliver better ads to you. And I'm sure other things too.
Great. More ads. Awesome. All right, we're going to wrap up this podcast with a bit of an announcement for next week. We will have a guest.
Is it not Santa Claus?
No. Actually, we may do another podcast sooner than next week if I can get my sister, who's the coupon maven, to show up, and we can talk about coupons. But no, yeah, coupons. But no, we're going to have a big guest in the coming podcast concerning Modify watches. If you don't know what Modify watches are, you can see it as a very nice flexible band.
Oh, okay.
With a bit of a big, watch display head. But the best part is the Modify watches, you modify it to what you want. And what I mean is, you can pull the sides open, and you can take out that watch. So you can still have the band, you can find another faceplate, or you can have the same faceplate, get another band. They're going to be coming on, and we're going to be having a giveaway.
Ooh.
Yeah, we haven't quite figured out how we're going to do the giveaway just yet. But, yes, some lucky viewer will be able to win, possibly, their own modified watch.
That sounds nice. Like, we again, Kyle doesn't know how down. You have to discuss it with them some more.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we'll announce it on the show.
We certainly will. And like I said, keep a lookout for the upcoming podcast. If you haven't already, subscribe to us on iTunes. You can also check out the website, thetechnophiles.com. Again, we are part of the All For Geek Network, and it's very happy to be in the All For Geek Network.
allforgeek.com.
Exactly, because we are one big, giant, happy, dysfunctional family.
Exactly.
Phil touches people. And
don't talk about that.
We don't talk about touching. But, yeah, no, so there's exciting things coming down the pike for this podcast and this network and various other things that are coming along. Hopefully I can get some more guests coming in. Hopefully I can get a hold of Org Audio, the guys who do the Rocket 2.0 and various other sound devices. They were on Shark Tank. That's where I met them, and that's where I got hooked up with them. Again, we're going to have an audio show talking about all these different audio devices and their sound quality and which one works best for you. Again, that's all coming down the pike. We're just starting out as we go. These are other training wheel shows. I'm pretty sure by episode 100, this will be a smooth, squared-wheeled machine.
And I'll be 56.
It'll be fantastic. The Avengers, yes. The Avengers was good, wasn't it?
It was fucking amazing.
Sadly, by the time I saw it in theaters, I've already seen it 3 times at home. So.
You bought you did
What?
something?
Shut up!
I see. Why would you ruin that?
What?
Why would you ruin the experience
I didn't ruin anything.
by thinking about the movie in full while watching it on your eyes through your TV somehow?
Well, when I was able to push it to the big screen, it's still 42 inches big.
Yeah.
The quality of it was pretty good.
Okay.
And the only thing I was missing were the end scenes after the credits. I didn't get to see those, so I was still excited to see it in the theater because I could see it in the big screen in 3D, which it wasn't shot in 3D, and the conversion was all right.
I think the conversion was ended up looking great. To be honest, I watched it in the theaters here, Ultra AVX.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have that.
We have the real 3D technology.
Well, we have the real 3D, but this is an Ultra AVX theater with like better audio, better video.
Yeah, we don't have that. We didn't have that fancy.
I think some Cineplex theaters in the States do have it.
I wouldn't be
They
surprised.
might call it something else, but anyway, I thought it was amazing looking. I don't like watching 3D movies in the theaters with when it's not shot in 3D, but this looked brilliant because the projection machine.
Projector.
That's it. Thank you. Canadians.
No, that's the old Mitch Hedberg joke. You add what the thing, you say what the thing does, then you add an
Yeah, the projector was bright, and that's the key to 3D anything. Because if it's a lot of theaters will dim down the projector to save money and to save cost because that's the same thing. But when you dim down the bulb, it's less likely for it to burn out. You'll keep your bulbs longer, but it won't look as good. It looks amazing in brightness. And when they do the Ultra AVX screenings, they have to have it a certain brightness. They can't dim it down, or else they could get in a lot of trouble.
Really? Someone's going to sit there and go, oh, yeah, we have this theater, they dimmed down the lights too far, just shut them down. Shut them down.
It could happen like a mystery shopper.
Oh.
It's like when THX had their things, and it said THX before the theaters.
Yeah.
If a mystery thought that the sound was messed up or something, they'd be like, oh, I'm going to get a fine because you haven't kept up to the levels of THX certification.
Wow. You guys are fierce up in Canada when it comes to
movies. Well, it happens in the U.S. too.
Never heard of it.
It's just, but for movies, it hasn't. You need something, like in the States, I've known that it's an issue down there for sure. It's been an issue here when it's not in that Ultra AVX. But they need people from the companies, the distribution companies, or the actual cinema.
No, you figure this one out. This is good.
Like MGM, Universal. These people should come to each theater and just do mystery shopping and go, okay, they're way too dim and they're making the experience horrible for the customer. Fine. That should be a normal thing.
That's good.
And I'll discuss it. This is the type of discussion that is going to be in our movie podcast. So,
in the All For Geek Network.
Yeah, it'll come soon. It's not there yet.
It'll just take out time. Just little by little, rolling. Yeah.
So that was a great podcast, Kyle.
Yes, this was a fun podcast. Thanks again watching for the Technophiles podcast, episode 3. Once again, I've been with my buddy Phil, the Phil Online on Twitter. You can check us out on Facebook. You can check out allforgeek.com, thetechnophiles.com. We're on YouTube. We're huge on YouTube, yo. Again, I've been Kyle. That's Phil. And for the Techno Vanna White, this has been the Technophiles podcast, episode 3, The Half Cats. Who doesn't love half cats?
I'd be afraid of half cats. I was walking through a forest, and a half cat came crawling by.
My first thought would be, Where's the rest of that fucking cat?
No,
And then wherever that cat came from, I go the opposite way.
I really think if a cat had been split in half, it would be crawling. It doesn't know. It's not a fucking
It might just be
ostrich.
like, woo!
It's not an ostrich, Kyle.
No, but cats and animals are able to adapt.
Okay, you find me a half cat that it has adapted.
I don't want to find a half cat. They creep me out. It's scary.
And now that's the big myth going around, the urban legend. Half cats.
The legend of the half cat.
Next on Urban Legends.
Wow, that was pretty good.
All right, I'm ending the podcast in 5, 4, 3.
Half cat!